children, welcome to our English prose class. Today we are going to read the lesson, The Bremen Town Musicians. Listen very carefully while I read the story. Look at the pictures so that you can remember things. The Bremen Town Musician. In a village there lived a farmhouse. A donkey lived there with his master. One day the master said, "Donkey, you must go out and see the big world." The donkey decided to become a musician. He went towards Bremen, a city of musicians. On the way, he met an old dog. "I too want to become a singer," said the dog. So off they both walked towards Bremen. On the way, they met a cat. "I too want to become a singer," said the cat. Thus, all three walked towards Bremen. On the way, they saw a cock crowing on a barn. The farmer's wife wanted to cook him. "Join us to Bremen," said the donkey. Thus, all four marched towards Bremen. As the sun set, tired, they reached a cottage. Not knowing the house was full of robbers, hoping the farmer's wife would give them some food, they started to sing near the window. "Ghosts," said the robbers, and ran out the back door. The donkey, dog, cat, and cock entered the house. Yummy, hot dinner was laid on the table. They ate it all up. The friends were tired. Each found a spot and curled up for the night. In the morning, the cock woke all up. They took a walk out on the farm. It was a beautiful place. They decided the house was better than Bremen. All four friends stayed there together. They have their own band. Now, children, let us read the lesson, understand it, and I will explain the difficult words to you. The Bremen Town Musician. Once there was a donkey who had worked long and hard for his master. Now he had grown weak and could not do much work. So his master began to treat him unkindly. He even began to starve the donkey. What do you mean by starve? Mean not to give him proper food to eat. He wanted to save the money he spent on the donkey's food. In the end, the poor donkey left the house. He believed he still had a good, strong singing voice. So he decided to go to Bremen town and earn his living as a town musician. On the way, he met an old dog. He too had been kicked out of the house by a cruel master. The dog was afraid. "How will I earn my bread?" he said. Now, children, Bremen is a town in Germany. And he had, believe me, he knew that he could sing well. "Why, you have a voice as good as mine," said the donkey. "Let us go to Bremen and sing for the town people. We shall be well paid there. So the two companions went on together. What do you mean by companions? Companion means friends. Suddenly they heard a cat mewing sadly with tears in his voice. Why are you crying? They asked. How can I be happy knowing that my mistress is going to drown me? I am old and would like to sit by the fire and sleep. I cannot catch mice as I did before, so my mistress does not need me any more. Where am I to go? Come with us to Bremen. You have a sweet voice and you know night music. You too can be a town musician, said the donkey. Now the three traveled together for quite some time until they came upon a farmyard. There they heard a cock's loud wailing. When they made inquiries, the cock told them, my mistress is preparing a feast for her guests. She has told the cook to kill me for the feast. I am so frightened. So the donkey invited the cock too to join the band of musicians. Wail means a loud, long, high pitched voice of cry. Made inquiries means to ask questions. Feasting is a large meal, and performance means a person or a group who does enjoyable things for others. Bremen was still a long way away. On the way, they had to cross a forest. As it began to get dark, the cock flew to the top of a tree to look around for shelter. He saw an old house amongst the trees. The four friends decided to rest there for the night. It was quite dark by the time they reached the house. Through the window, they saw some robbers feasting at a large table inside. Feasting means having good food. The animals had a clever idea. Why not give their first performance here? Performance means to do something in a group or a single person to make others enjoy themselves. The robbers would be so pleased that they would be happily share their food with the four musicians. They might even pay them for their performance. So the donkey placed his foreleg means the front leg, on the window ledge. Ledge means a narrow shelf which sticks out from the house. And the dog jumped on the donkey's back, and the cat on the dog's. The cock perched means to sit, on the cat's head. Then all at once and all together they began to sing their wonderful song. Strangely, the music only frightened the robbers. They only heard a terrible noise and saw the huge shadow cast by the animals together. They sprang from the table and, taking to their heels, disappeared into the forest. The four friends were puzzled, but they gladly sat down at the table and had a hearty meal. Hearty means a fulfilling meal. Then they put out the light and went to sleep. The donkey on the straw in the yard, the cat near the stove, the dog on the doormat, and the cock on the beam of the roof. Now, the robbers had not gone very far. Their leader saw the house become dark and quiet. So he sent a man to see if it was safe to go back to the house. The robbers had kept all their stolen riches in that house and wanted them back. The man went into the house on tiptoe. He saw the cat's eyes and thought they were burning coal. He tried to pick up one to light his candle, but it frightened the cat. The angry cat flew at him and scratched his face. Scratch means to make lines on his face. This frightened the robber. He turned to run out of the house. As he ran, the dog on the doormat bit his leg hard. He stumbled and fell on the donkey. The donkey, woken up suddenly, gave the robber a smart kick with his hind legs. And all this while the cock had been screaming cock-a-doodle-doo in his ears and flapping his wings around his head. The robber nearly died of fright. Somehow he got back to his gang. In a trembling voice, he told them that the house was full of monsters and deadly creatures who bit and scratched and kicked and attacked you in the dark. So the robbers never went back to the house. The four friends found enough money in the house to live on there in happiness and comfort. That is why the musicians never went to Bremen. Now, children, sit back, open your book to lesson number 27, and read the lesson very carefully. If you can't pronounce some words, go back to the video and listen to it. Thank you. Stay home. Stay safe. God bless.